Hi everyone, today I'm sharing a crazy hotline case. And this case perfectly highlights the challenges we face as a technician every single day. This car was an absolute nightmare, and I'm pretty sure that 99% of all technicians, including myself, would have struggled with this one without the right information or without years of hard-earned experience. Now we're talking thousands of euros of replaced parts. The hours just kept pouring in, but the fault remained a mystery. Now, if I tell you in the end what was causing the issue, it will absolutely blow your mind. Now, this case reminds us why our job is so challenging. The story begins when a customer with a 2017 Opel Zafira Tourer makes it into the workshop. The complaint: the check engine light is on and the vehicle is low on power. This is what the workshop told us. When the car came into the workshop the very first time, the technician scanned the car for fault codes and he focused on a fault code that was stored, the P1101, and that's an underboost fault code. He checked the turbo and replaced it because it was bad. He then replaced the intercooler and the intercooler hoses because they were leaking. But after replacing all those parts, the car remained low on power and the check engine light was still on. No matter how hard he tried, one fault code kept coming back. After replacing all these parts, the technician was stuck with one more fault code, the P1101, airflow intake system performance. Now he took a look at live data and he saw that there was a 25% difference between desired mass airflow and actual mass airflow. He also noted that the car was running pretty rich. The technician was dealing with a persistent airflow problem, and he could see a clear discrepancy between the amount of air that should have entered the engine and the amount of air that the mass airflow sensor was reporting. And this is where the story takes a dramatic turn. Over the next days, determined to trace the root cause of the issue, the technician started testing components and replacing them one by one in an effort to solve the airflow discrepancy. What should have been a routine diagnosis turned into an unbelievable journey. And this is the list of the components that were replaced over the next days and weeks. Now remember that this vehicle already had its turbo, intercooler and intercooler hoses replaced. In an effort to resolve the airflow anomaly, over the course of the following days, the next components were also replaced. The air filter, the engine ECU had a software update, the mass airflow sensor, the map sensor, a throttle body, the valve cover with PCV system, the evap system, an intake manifold, and eventually a new engine ECU, which of course also needed to be programmed. And we're still only talking about all the parts that were replaced. I'm not even mentioning all the work that went into this vehicle. At some point the technician measured a small resistance in the ground wire leading to the mass airflow sensor. Just to make sure that wasn't causing the issue, he decided to replace that wiring. Now, whatever he did and whatever he replaced, one thing remained exactly the same. The P1101 would always come back. After tracing every lead and totally running out of ideas, eventually the technician reached out to one of our partnering help desk centers for support. And that help desk center told us that the investigation was anything but straightforward. But despite this, eventually they were able to trace down the real cause of the issue. And this will blow your mind. All the problems were caused by this little 10 euro plastic part. This little grill sits in the air filter housing between the air filter and the mass airflow sensor. The little grill directs the air in a specific way towards the mass airflow sensor. And if it's missing, that airflow is disturbed and the mass airflow sensor will report the wrong values. Now it turns out this little grill falls off pretty easily and you need to be careful it doesn't get lost when you're changing an air filter, for instance. When we heard of this case from our partnering help desk center, we immediately decided to check our own help desk center records. And it turned out that last year we had 3 identical cases. And that shows this is not an isolated incident. And as a result, we decided to create a dedicated technical bulletin to make technicians aware that this little grill is supposed to be there. Because let's be honest, if I was on this case and I didn't know that little grill was supposed to be there, I would have been in trouble. This case clearly shows that checking for TSBs should be a standard part of your diagnostic routine because it can prevent you from making expensive mistakes and it can highly reduce the hours and parts that are wasted. Now let's be honest, in this case, nobody is a winner. Nobody is happy and nobody made money. If you want access to this bulletin and thousands of others, go to diagnosedan.com, select DDTSB, and learn how we can make your shop more efficient.